In this Monster Hunter Wilds video, we've got a lot to talk about, both good and bad, with the next free title update. Details coming, actually not coming. Well, we got a release date that got leaked by PlayStation themselves. But this free title update 2 has got quite a bit in store, as well as we got to talk some negatives, because man, oh man, this game, at least on Steam anyway, is sitting at a overly whelming negative, and I'm going to talk about why here later in the video. First, Sony just leaked Monster Hunter Wilds title update 2 via the official PlayStation website. The changes have been rolled back now, naturally, but for a brief while, the Monster Hunter Wilds page on the PlayStation Store revealed the update is set to release on June 30th. On top of this, Sony's website confirmed we'll be getting even more events, layered weapons, the Leviathan Arch-Tempered Oof Duna, and 2 fan-favorite monsters. One is definitely Laggy, right? The underwater Leviathan, with the other wildly speculated to be Sergios, based on data mined sources. Capcom has told us to expect, the latest news on the company's upcoming games, as well as interviews with developers at its showcase later this week on the 26th, with the Capcom Spotlight livestream set for 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, while some positives about Monster Hunter Wilds is that the game itself has sold 8 million copies in just 3 days, making it the fastest selling Capcom game of all time, there are some issues still with the game, because for some reason, I don't know why Capcom can't get it together with the freaking optimization and updates to make the performance of the game better. But yeah, currently it is sitting at a overwhelmingly negative on Steam. And I have to agree with a lot of what people were having issues with and why it is the way it is. And I love Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter World, Rise. I love Monster Hunter Wilds, but Monster Hunter Wilds is just not doing it for a lot of players. At one point, Monster Hunter Wilds peaked at 1.38 million concurrent Steam players shortly following its February 28 debut, thus becoming by far the biggest PC launch in the history of Capcom's action RPG franchise. In spite of immense early momentum, though, this game has faced significant criticism from PC players, and its popularity has consistently dwindled since launch. The downward trend has now reached a new low currently here because it's late in June, with the player count consistently dropping below 20,000 even during the typically busy Friday to Sunday periods. So why the decline? Well, obviously there is optimization and performance issues. There have been major review bombings going on here, review bombing campaigns, 3 I believe, that have caused this to drop to an overwhelmingly negative reception on Steam with reviews. Fan backlash stems from multiple issues. Many complaints focus on the game's technical state, with thousands of users criticizing its poor performance across a wide range of hardware configurations, including those that exceed Capcom's recommended system requirements. And now, I gotta give Capcom a little bit of credit, because they are trying to work on some things here and trying to make things better, but the issue is, I think, for a lot of people, is they're just not working fast enough. And game development is a challenge, guys. Let's be real. It is very challenging. I don't know how to do game development. I don't know what all they got to do behind the scenes to get this better optimized. But this is definitely a big problem. This reminds me of what happened with Dragon's Dogma 2 on PC, which is still sitting at mixed review because of its performance issues and other technical problems and other things that players don't like about that game. And Capcom has yet to really fully fix that. So I don't know. I would imagine, since this sold way better than Dragon's Dogma 2, this should maybe take priority as far as getting it optimized better. I mean, yeah, you can go the modded route and try to get the game to work better using mods, but even then, I think that only helps with certain people, or only so much in some cases. I'm hoping that free title update 2 does address some of these issues, some of these performance issues, but Capcom has not said anything yet. We'll find out with their Capcom Spotlight if they ever do say anything about making the PC version a better overall experience for players, because this is not good. And it's wild how the PC version is suffering from this, but yet the console versions, both on PlayStation and Xbox, seem to be more favorable, seem to be better optimized, which is honestly not too surprising, because these days, if not for years, games are typically optimized for console first. They are developed for console first over PC. It's easier that way, because if you got a uniform system you're making the game for, then there's not a worry about, okay, the different hardware, unless, of course, you're Xbox and they force developers to develop for the Xbox Series S on top of the X, and the Xbox Series S is essentially holding back I would say, some game development for certain games that are trying to come on Xbox, because it's just, no, Xbox should not have done that to themselves. But anyway, it's just different for PC, because PC, you got people with a wide range of hardware using different types of GPUs, CPUs, RAM, etc. So it's definitely more difficult to optimize games for PC in general. And this is not to come off as defending Capcom for this. I love Capcom, but I call them out when they need to be called out, and this is not okay. I'm simply just trying to explain things, guys, because some people don't always think about what the challenges are in terms of game development that devs have to experience and deal with. And some people might think, well, this is an easy fix. Why can't they fix that? Yeah, not as easy as you think, sadly. It's a miracle that we even get these games made in the first place, because they're so difficult and challenging to make from a technical standpoint. But hopefully we do get some good news in the Capcom Spotlight. I will definitely be checking it out and letting you guys know what's going on with that. And we get some news on the optimization getting resolved here for this game on PC, at least, because it seems like console, are good for the most part. Maybe need some still tweaks here and there. I don't know. What do you guys think about that, though? Are you excited to find out what happens with the free title update 2? If this stuff we learned about the information is actually true with all we're getting? Or do you care more about the optimization and technical stuff being fixed? I kind of care more about that as well as myself. Plus, there has been somewhat of lack of content to a degree compared to previous Monster Hunter games, mainly Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World had a lot more content coming out, more so than this game. I don't know what's going on with that either. Capcom needs to get it together regardless, though. So yeah, sound off in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.